Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Nick Theriot here, and I know I haven't posted in like over 2 months, so I'm coming back to you guys with a 3-part banger. We're going to be launching a 3-part series today, where today is episode number 1. You'll see episode number 2 in about a day or two, and then episode number 3 in about a day or two after that. But we're going to be launching a 3-part series where I'm going to show you guys exactly how I've taken 2 brands to over $1 million in 2020. The year where everything's supposed to be down, well, I've taken 2 brands and I've generated them over $1 million with Facebook ads, and well-calculated marketing, branding, etc. So this 3-part series is going to show you guys, stage 1 is kind of like all the development of the product, the persona, the copywriting, the branding, all the nitty-gritty stuff that's actually going to psychology and stuff. This will be really useful for people who are like really getting into this. And then step number 2, or episode number 2, is the foundation aspect. And this piece right here, this is where we're going to go ahead and actually develop all the content, the rules for content creation, and then obviously going into the website, developing the website, some tips and tricks with conversion rate optimization that's going to make you guys a ton of money, making a proper website, all the little tips and tricks with that, implementing email marketing as well, and how to launch a few different email marketing campaigns that's going to make you a bucket load of money over time. Then lastly is part number 3, where we're going to be going into the scaling phase and actually going ahead and taking your brand and scaling it to multiple 6 figures per month in revenue, following my kind of procedure, regardless of where you're at, whether you're doing $0, whether you're doing $1,000 per month, or you're doing $10,000 per month, or you're doing $100,000 per month. You will follow these simple rules, which will allow you to help you scale your brand even further. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, so that way you can be notified about the other 2 videos that's coming up. And with that being said, let's dive into it, guys. All right, guys, so secret sauce to $1 million in 12 months. In fact, actually, this is secret sauce to $1 million in less than 12 months, because this is October, and I've taken now 2 brands to over $1 million just in 2020. So how did I do it? Let's go into that. So first off, let me just show you guys some results real quick. This is one ad account right here. This is the total we spent in 2020, and this is the total revenue I've generated them. Again, these are both clients, so I can't actually go inside the ads manager and show you guys everything. Just try to keep some of that secret private due to client, how much they allow me to actually share with you guys. But we generated $1.6 million. This is a women's clothing brand. And then this account right here, we spent $385,000. It's right at $974,000, but inside the Shopify, it's $1,059,000 in actual revenue. And that's a 2.52 ROAS, or actually a little bit more, speaking that. So, but look, if you think this is fake and you're making more than $10,000 per month with your business, click below to book a call with me, and I'll gladly show you these things on a call. Just not going to show it to you on a YouTube video, and I'll actually go through the ad account and all that good stuff. So, that's just what I have to say about that for anyone who wants to comment. Oh my God, those results are fake. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. It could be Photoshop. I'll gladly hop on a Zoom call with you. Just, I want to respect my time. So please make sure you're making at least more than $10,000 per month with your business. And I'll show you all of those ad accounts, and I'll show you the proof and process of how that works. So with that being said, when you want to scale a brand to over $1 million, just within however much time, first off, you need a great product. I know too many people try to sell a product with like some amazing advertising, but a shitty product, and you can't sell shit. So if you're starting to sell shit, regardless of how amazing the advertising can be, it's not going to work good, at least at scale as well. Because when you're scaling, you got to really have everything really fine tuned to really scale a product. So you really need to have a great product. And I like to put it as this: you need to have a product that people look forward to buying. So this is a product that when positioned in front of them, they cannot wait to toss you their money. They're like, hey, I need that product. When can I get it? I love it. I need it. That's what type of product you need. You need something that people get excited about, something that people are going to be like, oh my God, this is going to be absolutely amazing. Let me get it. So that's number 1. You need to have a great product. And to do that, you're going to have to do product research. So you need to dig deep. How does this product add value to the market? So if you're in a clothing, because I have a lot of people that follow me for clothing e-com stores, what does your product do better than all the other clothing brands? Is your t-shirt more or softer? Is your t-shirt, just your whole business and how you handle people, 10 times more better than how your customer service on your or the customer service your competitor handles their clients? What do you do better? What does your product do better that's going to give you that leg up and over the competition and reason why people would choose you over everyone else? So you really need to dig deep into the pain points people are having with other products that are similar to yours, because 9 times out of 10, majority of the people watching this is going to be a product that's a variation of a product already on the market. It's rare that people are just going to completely come up with a product no one has had. And honestly, if you do create that, you're probably more focused on doing large things of fundraising. It's going to generate you a lot of, publicity and stuff. And, regardless of all that, 9 times out of 10, majority of people in here are actually have a product that's just a better improvisation of another product. So if you skip this step, you're going to lose a ton of money because you're going to be trying to sell a product no one wants. And what you want to do is, too many people they find a product and they immediately start testing it into like paid ads and stuff. What I highly recommend is actually talking to your social circle, reaching out to some influencers, maybe sending them the product and seeing what they think. Start like testing, big companies, they do this. They do these little small controlled groups of like product testers. This is what you want to do with a product. You want to test and see if people really actually want this. And also too, what type of like constructive criticism you can get from these small people within like your circle. And I'll say this, if you cannot sell it organically, you will not be able to sell it with paid traffic. Going into like the whole pricing aspect, make sure you have a 60% profit margin at least. Ideal is 70 to 75, sometimes 80%. I know a lot of people I talk to, they have like a 20% profit margin on their product. So it's cost of goods subtracted by the sell price, and whatever price you're selling at. If you only have like 20% profit of that, you're not gonna be able to build a big business. Bigger businesses have bigger profit margins because they have a lot more overhead. So if you're trying to scale with ads and you have a 20% profit margin, you need like an insane 10x return on ad spend to be profitable. So for example, I have like one client that has like a 2.5x break even return on ad spend. And it's really hard to scale their ads because typically Facebook ads is anywhere from a 3 to 4x is the average ROAS for like Facebook ads, just at industry wide. So you really want to make sure you have that 60 to 70% profit margin. You can alter this already if you already have a brand that's working really well and you just want to kind of fix a few things, increase those prices up, and that's going to make a big difference in overall profit, which allow you to spend more, make more. So now once you actually have a product, you need to break down the ideal consumer for that product. You should have this in mind already as you tailor the product to the consumer. So like you should already kind of know what your ideal audience looks like. But persona breaking down your ideal persona is really where you're going to really go dig deeper. So for example, let's target women from 21 to 25. It's their first baby. So we're going to target, their new mothers, what type of stuff they're looking at. There's different like blogs and magazines they're looking at for new expecting. What do they do for a living? They're mostly hairdressers. They're mostly nail stylists. They're mostly secretaries. Maybe some of them are doctors. Like figure out exactly, dig deep into what they do, what kind of vehicles they drive, what kind of money they have, all of that stuff, because what essentially that's going to do is going to allow you to really understand who this ideal audience is. And then you want to even dig deeper and you want to know what are their pain points right now? What pains are they experiencing? Again, you should know this already because you tailored your product to those pain points. But you also want to know their desires and their wants. And this is kind of the benefits of your product. So like your product solves those pain points and gets them those desires and wants. But again, you want to have all these down. And you really want to understand who you're targeting, what your product does to them, how it helps them, and all that. because it's going to allow you to tailor all of your marketing, all your content marketing to that specific audience. Now, branding. Branding is your next step. So you have your audience, you have your persona. Now you need the branding to like wrap it all together, make that complete package. So once you have a great product with proven selling potential, a persona of who you want to target, it's your job to reach that persona through well-calculated branding. Now, I want to run this real quick by you. Think about any brands, Under Armour, Nike, Coca-Cola. Think about, just when you say those names, what is the first thing you think of about that brand? Maybe not an experience you have, but like the actual like branding aspect. I think about Under Armour. The first thing that pops up to me is sports. So with branding, all these big brands, they've properly like planned all of this for you to have that thought in your mind as soon as their name is mentioned. And that's the key with branding. What is the first thought that pops up in your mind when you think of a big brand? So I know it's a lot, but that's what you got to do with your branding. And the way you establish that thought in people's mind is creating content, and really digging deep on like your core values and representing them through content, clearly establishing the benefits of your brand, what your brand is about, how your brand helps people, and you do that through content marketing and branding. I don't really like to go too deep into branding, but essentially you like to have a consistent theme across all your content of what that message you're trying to come across with. So for example, let's go back to kind of like the brand. I was just the personal breakdown. I was talking about like, pregnant women between, their first mothers, 21 to 24, 25. We want to create branding that's all about for new moms. So, X brand right here, the first thing they want to think about is new mothers and how this product helps new mothers. So all of the content is going to be around helping new mothers. And what you do is you portray your product to where that product is being shown helping new mothers, every single content piece. And this is going to help you establish your branding. So for me, when I think of Under Armour, the first thing I think of sports. The reason why is because every sports, or at least at the time when it was really big, Under Armour, it was constantly being shown in sports. All these athletes wearing Under Armour, all these uniforms Under Armour, a lot of their commercials and stuff was all about baseball, football, stuff like that. So the first thing I think is, boom, sports. Your brand. What does it say? For our example brand, new mothers. So that's calculated branding right there. And having that strong brand that allows people to really separate your company across all the others. So, and obviously that's where the core values also come in through and how you portray those. Let's say our core value is really amazing customer service. So we're gonna consistently have amazing customer service to where everyone's talking about our amazing customer service. So copywriting. Copywriting is super important because this is a way you portray this branding, you portray the product and everything, and how you get your idea across to the consumer for them to understand. So you'll be needing copywriting for every product on your website, just random website pages, social media bios, email marketing, daily social media posts, and ads. So copywriting is crazy of how much will be going into this. And you want to make sure your copywriting speaks directly to your ideal audience. So if you're creating a brand for new mothers, women 21 to 24, you want to make sure your copywriting has the same lingo, verbiage, and stuff like that they're going ahead and using. And for anyone on here who uses TikTok, there's been a lot of brands recently that started getting on TikTok advertising. And what they're doing is they're going ahead and finding the viral TikToks that we're all aware of, and they're recreating those as ads for their brand. And the reason why they're doing this is because it's speaking to their ideal audience in the way they know. And that's through these TikToks and these, I guess you could say, memes that was created from these TikToks. So that's just an example, but that's for like TikTok. But for copywriting, it's the same thing. You want to use the same language, the same, how they talk to each other, how they talk to their friends and stuff like that. How the influencers, the best way to go is find the influencers in that space that you're targeting. So for me, new mothers, 21 to 24 women, I'm going to go find all the influencers, the women who push content out that these new mothers follow. And then I'm just going to kind of pull some of their language and their verbiage they used so I can start laying that through, sprinkling it on my ad copy, seasoning the ad copy with like salt and pepper to spice it up for people, to make it more so they can, it feels like you're talking to them. When you feel like you're talking to them, it's to increase your branding. It's going to really establish your product, and it's just going to really, really, really position you into their mind. And it's like all the little green indicators are going to tick off in their mind like, I love this brand. That's what your goal is. And that's one way to do it.